Hey, lovelies, how are you all doing? So, today I thought we would talk about distractions because really this is coming up more and more and more all the time. And I had actually thought that it would come up less for people because people would be more aware that they were being distracted, especially by the digital world, to what's important to them. But what I'm finding happening is even though people know inwards that they are being distracted, it's become kind of like, I suppose, an addiction, but also the way it draws you in is so interesting. And I see this myself. So, for example, we'll talk about Facebook. So, if I go onto Facebook and I write an update on my business page, or I post a link, a quote, something that's inspirational for my page, I'll do that, come off, and then where you see your feed, there's things happening, there's distractions, there's things that you can then go to, or things on the side that come up. I suppose they must be ads, or I don't know. Your mind is kind of like everywhere because there's so many things coming up. And I tell you, I used to do this, not anymore, but if I stayed on Facebook, it would go to 20 minutes to half an hour to 40 minutes, and I would still be there because there would be something else that I was going to. So maybe I've clicked onto an article, and it's fine if it's a good article to read, but it might have been that from there I've gone to somewhere else, and before I know it, the time's gone, I've been distracted, and I've come away from actually what my purpose was. So my purpose was to go there, post, to come off, and to go on to doing something else around maybe my admin or my day in general, and instead I've sat there. And I know for a fact that this happens to a lot of people. And it is that kind of interesting, magnetic kind of thing of being drawn in. And the more people realize it, the more people come off. So now I really realize it. And I know I just go on and I come off. I do not stay there, because as soon as I stay there, I will be drawn in. And the more you're aware of it, the more you stop that distraction and you come away from it. But I've also realized that there's so many distractions that sometimes you're not even aware that you're being distracted. You actually think that's something purposeful or meaningful, or you're liking something. So it doesn't have to be social media. It can be that you go onto a blog post or a video, a YouTube video, and by the time you've watched one video, you're already on to 2 or 3 videos. And I think there's something there with the digital world which has become a big magnet for us, and also a distraction. So yes, there's amazing information out there, really good articles, really good YouTube videos, really good information. And at the same time, this information takes time to consume, So if you've only got an hour or two and you want to, for example, do your writing or do your artwork, something creative, or you're working on your business, and you have got those 2 hours, those are precious hours. So as soon as you start becoming distracted by other things, they will go. So I wanted to really kind of see where that goes with you. So let me know in the comments, let me know what's coming up around that whole distraction thing. And then the other thing with distraction, which you might not have realized, is the energy that you use up in doing things. So even if you think that you are seated calmly watching the YouTube videos, your mind is being energized, it's working, your body's still working even though you're sitting, you're not really relaxing. Watching means that your eyes are working, your brain, your mind, everything is working. So if you think of your body as the whole physical self, you're working watching that video. So however long it is, say it's a 20-minute video and you've watched it, you'll come away and you think that yes, I'm still energized to do my work, but actually some of that energy has been taken away. So I want you to really be aware of that as well. It's not just the time that you're using being called away from what you believed that you were doing or what you want to be doing. It's also the energy. So then it's no wonder when it comes down to that writing time and that creative time or work time that you suddenly feel that energy crash and you don't feel as though you can do as much, or doing it and depleting yourself more and more because it's something you want to do. So you're forcing yourself to do it and your energy is being depleted and depleted and depleted. And by the end of the day, you are completely tired and you haven't nourished yourself enough and you haven't built yourself up and your time has gone. So you kind of spend longer doing things and with less energy than if you had done what you'd wanted to do with your energy and then use the time after that for your distractions or the other things that you want to do, like watch the YouTube videos. They don't necessarily have to be distractions as such, but they can be put towards the end of the day. They don't have to be in place of those meaningful things around your day. So I hope that makes sense. And as we do have the weekend coming up, so I'm recording this on a Friday and posting it on a Friday. As we have the weekend coming up, I want us to just take a few moments to really go inward and ask yourself, what do you want from this weekend? So you may be working over the weekend, so it may be things around work that you want to come up. So maybe it's a peaceful time with customers or a nurturing time with your work colleagues. Or it could be that you have some time off and you're wondering what to do. So let's ask your inner self, what do you want to come up from the weekend? Do you want to start again next week refreshed and ready to go? So maybe it's something around food and energizing yourself. Maybe it's taking in those good fruit and vegetables and doing a little bit of self-care. Maybe it's going for a nature walk. Or do you want to have spent the weekend doing something more productive around the house? So for example, do you want to do a decluttering spree and really get to it? So then you come to Sunday night and you're like, wow, I have achieved something this weekend that I didn't think I would do. Whether it's something creative or around the house or visiting an art gallery or museum, something that you thought, yes, I have achieved. I've done something this weekend that I've wanted to do. Maybe it's seeing family and friends. Maybe it's a spontaneous date. Anything at all. And we'll ask your inner self. So really get down to it. What do you want to achieve this weekend? Or what do you want your weekend to look like? Okay, so let's do that. So get nice and comfortable. And remember, when you meditate or when we take any quiet time, sit as comfortably as you can. Don't worry about being cross-legged. Just be as comfortable as you need to be. Have your legs out. Lie down if you want to. Just take the time. Close your eyes when you're ready. And take some breaths. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the nose or the mouth. start listening to your breathing. And if thoughts come into your mind, acknowledge them. Acknowledge the things that come in. And allow them to perhaps float away. Focusing on your breathing as much as you can. Really letting yourself have this quiet time in your day. A time which is just for you. A time where you can really listen to yourself. Work out what's important for you. So we'll work on the weekend, but if you're doing it on another day, which isn't before the weekend, then use it to really come to that place of what you want to achieve. What you want to bring out when you're not being distracted by all of the other things going on. So your inner self is that part of you which is within you. You can call it your spirit or your soul, your inner child. And I want you to ask that inner self part of you, what's important? How do you want to feel this weekend? What is it you want to bring about? Maybe that you've been ignoring for a while, that you haven't been focused on. Is it time to focus on that now? And allow that to come in. So you may get images around things, clues and ideas of what's coming in for you. Or it may be a feeling. There may be a feeling that comes over you, an emotion. And it's that you want to feel this weekend. Allow in those realizations as they want to come in, as they wish to come in. And if there are too many thoughts in your mind, take your mind back to your breathing. Breathe in and out, and then move back to your inner self. Few more moments. Allow those insights in, feeling the images. Allow it to start taking effect. And if it's simply quiet time that you really, really desire, then let this quiet time be the start of that, the seed that's planted. Okay, and then take your mind back to your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Really allowing that breath to come into the whole of your body. So a deep inhalation, a deep exhalation. You can start rooting yourself. So from the soles of your feet, see roots move down into the ground, grounding you, rooting you. Allow those roots to move deeper and deeper, getting stronger and stronger like tree roots, so really big and powerful. And then when you have your roots down and you're back with your breath and you feel ready, you can start coming out of the meditation, being more and more aware, opening your eyes. So with meditation, it doesn't have to be long. It's really receiving the insights from your inner self. So whenever you feel like it during the day, tune in with yourself, your inner wisdom, your divine wisdom, that truth which is inner, and allow that truth to bring you away from the distractions, away from the things which are not important, and really allowing yourself to tune into yourself so that you can realize those things which are important and meaningful and that you want to bring about. So it's really important because ultimately that's what distractions do. They distract us from living a meaningful and truthful life of what we really wish for and want and desire. And also just that simple feeling, that feeling of peace. If you're being so distracted, you're not having that really beautiful feeling of peace within and peace around you. So, what came up? What are you going to do this weekend? How do you want to feel? Let me know in the comments. I really would love to have that sharing with you. So do comment, do let me know, and do it. Go away this weekend and do those things, feel those emotions and enjoy it. Okay, my lovelies, I'll let you go. We do have the full moon next Tuesday, so there'll be a full moon meditation for you for then. And have a beautiful weekend. Love you all.